Sustainable means profitable. Is that true? As a practitioner, what would you say?
First of all, good to have you and good to see you again, Siddharth, in sunny Davos. What you just said is absolutely true. And let me just explain to you why. This morning, I was shocked. We were in a discussion on airports around the world. And I went into the discussion thinking they're going to be talking about, post-COVID, what's happening at the airport. But believe it or not, they were talking about sustainability in aviation, sustainability at airports, sustainability in airlines. And I was quite surprised.
Don't tell me someone said solar panels on the wings of an aircraft.
No, we haven't got there yet.
But don't be surprised if that happens.
But it was fascinating because it was the CEO of one of the largest airports in the United States said by going solar, he's saving $20 million a year, right? There was another gentleman in the room who's talking about hydrogen engines for aircraft. And he's showing the world that today it might be more expensive than traditional fuel, but there is a way that the pressure from consumers on airlines, that there will be a push from Boeing and Airbus and the OEMs to move towards green. So that's what I really feel. That's a good example. And what Vaishali just said is that now it's across industries. There is a significant reduction in the cost of energy in renewables, and therefore there's a huge push in moving towards renewable energy because it's huge cost savings for all these companies, and you're doing good.
A quick follow-up before I come to Dr. Mathur. Just a quick follow-up. What does the entry of very large corporates, industrial houses, the Ambanis, the Adanis mean? Try and explain that, because sometimes in the business press we take it for granted. But when someone with formidable capacity to aggregate capital, manpower and technology comes into a sector, fundamental changes happen, although regulation remains important for such companies also. What is happening in India, and how should one understand this large mega corporate entry into this sector?
Yeah. Siddharth, a country with over 1 billion people, we need scale. That's our biggest challenge. And I think the good news about having these large corporates get into this sector is that they have the financial power to make those big, risky bets. And I do admire the fact, because it is risky. It is an investment somebody's making. Nothing is guaranteed. So I really feel proud and happy that these big corporates are getting in and making these significant bets. But what gets me excited, it's not only in the traditional solar and wind. That's been there, done that. They're taking the next step towards hydrogen, new technologies that were not being done before. This morning at Davos in a breakfast session, the CEO of one of the largest oil and gas companies was talking about investing large, vast sums of money in CCS, in carbon capture sequestration. So I would never have thought some years ago even that a big American global oil and gas company putting such vast amounts into sustainable technologies. But that's the way we need to do, because to Vaishali's point, it's a shared responsibility around the world. It's not only my job or your job, it's governments, it's stakeholders, it's the private sector, it's the regulators that have to come together to completely transform and make this sustainable energy transition happen.